21 minutes to 9. All politicians dread that car crash moment. Think Ed Miliband on BBC Wiltshire this week when he didn't know the name of his own party's local leader. Not to mention his televised battle with that bacon roll. The bacon roll won. But even by those standards, the Australian Prime Minister Tony Abbott had a bad week. He was caught on camera appearing to mock a 67-year-old grandmother who said she's having to work on sex lines, chat lines, to try and make ends meet. He's admitted it was a mistake, not his first. It came after his government delivered its first budget, which even his supporters in the press said was the worst in history. Our Sydney correspondent John Donaldson reports on a week that's become known for reasons you're about to find out as Winkgate.
The PM has found himself in some hot water after responding to a pensioner's desperate situation with what appeared to be a suggestive or at least flippant wink.
Like a wink and a smile.
Rarely can a quick wink have caused such excitement.
What do you make of the wink?
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Here's the question the nation wants to know. Did you wink first?
I don't know. Was it a Benny Hill moment? Stop it.
Give me a wink and a smile.
Winkgate has gone viral. It started with a moment which many politicians have surely grown to dread: interacting with the public.
Hiya.
Hi,
Mr.
Gloria.
Abbott.
Hi.
I would like to ask you if you'd like your mother or your grandmother.
In this case, the Australian Prime Minister was talking to Gloria, a 67-year-old grandmother, on a local radio phone-in.
And I work on an adult fix line to make ends meet.
As Gloria lambasted Mr. Abbott over his recent budget, he was winking, a smirk on his face. Not clever, when there was a camera in the room.
What do you suggest I cut out, Mr. Abbott? Christmas birthday presents to my grandchildren, or should we all just die and get out of your way?
We go together like a wink and a smile.
Of course, Mr. Abbott has in the past often been prone to the odd gaffe.
No one, however smart, is the suppository of all wisdom.
But this week, the slip-ups from his government have been coming thick and fast. It began when the Treasurer, Joe Hockey, delivered an austerity budget including new taxes and more than 16,000 public sector job losses. So what might you have expected Mr. Hockey to be doing to relax just before stepping up in Parliament to announce the bad news? Luckily, a journalist asked him just that.
Mr. Hockey, welcome to the program.
Thanks, Laurie.
You were dancing in your office before you got up to give that speech. Why were you dancing?
Dancing?
Yeah, you put on a song called This Will Be the Best Day of My Life and danced with your wife. It won't be the best day of their life.
No, but it is the best day for Australia, Laurie.
You could almost sense Mr. Hockey's sweaty palms, and you can see why the public might not have been joining him on the dance floor, given what his boss had promised before the election last year.
We're about reducing taxes, not increasing taxes. No cuts to education, no cuts to health, no change to pensions.
But this week, Tony Abbott denied lying to get elected.
I believe that we have fundamentally kept faith with the promises that we made pre-election.
Mr. Abbott has been accused of presenting dog-ate-my-homework excuses. It's certainly produced some fiery political debate.
If the number one whinger in Australia was a reality TV show, Madam Speaker, there'd be no point in any other contestant entering it.
The Education Minister, Chris Pine, seemed to take parliamentary privilege to the limit when he appeared to go off curriculum and brand the leader of the opposition, a word that begins with C. Mr. Pine said he'd been misheard and had actually called his opponent a grub. I would let you listen and judge for yourselves, but grub is too strong a word for this time of the day.
The Minister will refer to people by their correct name.
I will, Madam Speaker, I withdraw.
So all in all, a week Tony Abbott's government might want to forget. A bit like George W. Bush or Silvio Berlusconi, the Australian Prime Minister owes some of his electoral success to his blokey, folksy charm, an imperfect politician. But the polls show his standing has slumped this week. For a revival, he may need more than a wink and a smile.
We go together like a wink and a smile.
And that was John Donnison reporting from Australia. The time is now 16